In this video, I'll show you how to build a voice agent from scratch. To make it more practical, we'll use a real scenario, a real estate relationship manager who talks to buyers, understands their needs, and moves them towards a site visit. So let's see how this is structured. First, we design the agent persona. This is where we mention who the agent is, what her role is, what her responsibility is. This is mentioned in the identity section over here. So, in this case, she represents a tier 1 real estate platform and focuses on qualifying serious buyers by booking a site visit. Now, next we add style and behavioral rules. For example, we mention here that how we want the agent to behave. Like it should be concise, it should use small lines, what language we want the agent to use. All of that is mentioned over here. This makes the agent sound more natural instead of robotic. We can also specify the language we want the agent to use. For example, we want the agent to use English language over here. But we also want that the specific jargons or the real estate terms they remain in English so that we can mention over here. Now we design the call flow. Now, instead of letting the AI figure it out, the entire call is structured step by step. Identity confirmation, introduction, budget check, BHK requirement, property type. The entire script is written over there. Location preference, purpose check, construction status. When the call flow is clearly defined, the agent doesn't jump randomly between topics, so it feels like a real broker guiding the call. And we can configure this prompt using this function that is generate with AI. We can just define what we really want from this agent over here, and then this will just generate a whole prompt that we can use over here. Now, the next is the knowledge base. For example, if any company has a PDF with all the information that cannot be included in the prompt, we can just add a knowledge base over here. And after that, we configure the LLM. This is the brain of the agent. So we choose the provider and model, and then from here, we can also name our agent clearly. After that, there are speech settings. Then we set up the speech to text and text to speech so that the agent can listen and respond naturally. For example, if the user language is English, there are tons of language available over here, so we can choose from here. And then the provider, the model. In a similar way, it is also done from the text to speech settings where the provider is chosen, the model, the language, and from here we can choose the different voices that we want. It is also possible that it would be a British accent or an Indian accent or American accent. We choose the voices from here. And then finally, we can add different functions from here. For example, the end call function. When do we want the call to end? So, for example, we want the call to end when the user says bye. So, whenever the user will say bye in the call would be ended. And then the WhatsApp message. So, we use this function whenever user asks to send the WhatsApp message to confirm the demo. So, the AI agent now is configured, and now we test it from here. And after testing it, if there are any changes required, we refine it, and that's it. That's how you build a structured business ready voice agent from scratch.